I'm Dan Murphy, and you're watching Around the Town. Summer is upon us, and that means that with it comes the Dover and Sherburne Summer Concert Series. So I sat down with the organizers of both concert series, Mark Galoni from Dover Park and Rec in Dover, and Kelly Hodge from the Friends of the Sherburne Library in Sherburne. So without further ado, let's take a look at my interview with Mark. Hi, I'm here now with Mark Galoni of Dover Parks and Rec to talk about the Dover Summer Concert Series. So why don't you introduce yourself and talk about what exactly is this event?
Sure. So I'm Mark, with the Assistant Director over at Dover Parks and Rec, and we have an annual concert series that we do Tuesday nights, the month of July. The way the holiday falls this year, we'll go into August, that August 1st date as well. So yeah, we're excited we have some local bands, some bands that have been here before. Each concert starts at 7 o'clock, runs for about an hour. So we're excited to get started on July 11th with those dates.
Okay, so it'll be every Tuesday starting the 11th, so that would be the 11th, the 18th, the 25th, and then falling back to August 1st.
August 1st, correct.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the bands. Who do you have scheduled this year?
Yeah, sure. So July 11th, we're starting with the Rainflowers. They're led by McGregor McGee, who has played for us before. So they're going to kick it off on July 11th. Should be a good time. And then we'll follow up with the Center Streeters on the 18th. So they're a kind of a local legendary band that are all around town. Kind of that folk bluegrass band. So they'll be on the 18th. Then on the 25th, we'll have Group Therapy. Group Therapy will be coming in. Do lots of rock music. They've been there before. Have done a lot of other local events. And then we'll end on August 1st with Eddie's Shoe. And it also falls on Jerry Garcia's birthday, so they'll do some Grateful Dead music, so also popular music, and some of their own original stuff as well. So we hope with those four, be a great time for families to come out, great community event, enjoy the nice weather, and enjoy the shows.
Yeah, so I mean, I know that a lot of these bands have performed before, and they have ties to Dover, and is that always a consideration with your planning this concert?
Absolutely, yeah. So we try to get local bands, kind of Metro West area. All the bands that we have do have a connection to Dover, whether it's all the members living in Dover, formerly lived in Dover. But yeah, so we try to give those spots as much as we can to local bands, and sometimes integrating other bands as well that have ties to the area.
Okay, so what do people need to do to attend these concerts? They just show up?
Yeah, sure. So they're all free. So free concerts. They take place on the town common, like I said, from 7 to 8 o'clock on Tuesday nights. So just come, bring your chair, blanket, enjoy the weather. If it's raining, we will make a decision whether to move it inside to the town hall or reschedule with a date, depending on specific bands. We might work with them if they have other open dates. But we will post that all on our website, doverrec.com, to give people a heads up if there is rain in the forecast.
Okay, so I mean, then that's just all they can check out, and that's I think most of the information is covered. I mean, usually this event's pretty well attended, you would say.
Yeah, so it's a great event for people of all ages. Bring kids, to enjoy the music. But yeah, it's a great community event, free event. They can enjoy on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, well, it's so great that you guys put this on every year, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it. So, do you have any more that you'd like to say about this? Or?
No, we're happy that the bands have agreed to play, and we're looking forward to a great series this summer, and just invite everyone to come on out and enjoy the bands.
Yeah, and then is there anything else that maybe you want to add about the Parks and Rec summer events or anything like that?
Yeah, so I mean, summer is a busy time for Parks and Rec. We have lots of programs going on, so if you are looking for programs, check out our website, doverrec.com. Whether it be sport programs or summer playground programs, we are running programs throughout the summer. So if you're looking for one of those, feel free to call the office or check out our website.
Yeah. Do you have the office number where they can contact you? Or?
Yeah, so our office number is 508-785-0476. So you can always call the office, always check our website. We'll have all the information for all of our programs.
Okay. Well, great. Thanks so much for coming in, and I hope that everyone comes down to the concerts and enjoys it. So
thank you.
Thank you. My thanks to Mark and everyone at Dover Parks and Rec. Now let's take a look at my interview with Kelly about the Sherburne Concert Series. Hi, I'm Dan Murphy, and I'm here with Kelly Hodge, the organizer for the Sherburne Summer Concert Series. So let's talk a little bit about this event. So first and foremost, when is it?
It takes place on Wednesday evenings during the month of July. We have 4 concerts scheduled for this year, and they begin on July 5th. Wednesdays beginning at 6:30 in the evening and going till 8 p.m.
Okay, and so this year's a little bit different because of the construction of the library. So how is that affecting the concert?
Well, you'll be happy to know that it's not affecting the concert. We're excited about that. So the Friends of the Sherburne Library definitely wanted to keep the concert series going on, even though the construction is happening. So we actually contacted the church, the UU Church, which is the Universalist church across the street from the Sherburne Library. And they were very generous and offered us space on their front lawn, so that's where the concerts are going to be this year.
Okay, great. So this is still put on by the Friends of the Sherburne Library, as it is every year. So can we talk a little bit about them, what they do?
Sure. The Friends of the Sherburne Library is a group of volunteers from the town of Sherburne, and they are people who have been not elected to the board but asked to volunteer, and everybody serves a different sort of length of time and does different jobs, and the Friends are responsible for all sorts of things that happen in connection to the library. So things from social gatherings. In terms of what I do some concerts that happen throughout the school year, where I bring some of my singers to events at the library. It's just a really good way to get involved if you are living in the town of Sherburne, and it's a lovely group of ladies who handle those things. They do also the Arts and Crafts Fair, which is pretty much one of their largest events in May. So that's something. Those are some of the things that they do.
Okay, and if for people who want to get involved, how would they go about that?
That's a really good question. So my contact person is Abigail Fisk. So she is somebody who is, I believe her title is the president of the board at this point. I should check. You might want to edit that out if I get that wrong. But she's very nice. And she, even if she isn't that person or having that job, she's a person in the know. So you could reach out to her, or you could just simply go to the library and talk to one of the people who work there, and they would be able to connect you to at least one of the current Friends, and they'll point you in the right direction.
Okay. And so now let's get back to the concert series. So what acts do we have coming this year?
We have 4 very exciting acts. So this year, we've had as many as 7 concerts during a given year, but this particular year we just have 4 Wednesdays. We start on July 5th with a group called the Infractions. And I was checking my notes, actually, and all of the groups that we're having this year have performed at the Summer Concert Series before. So the way I usually do it is I do go back to prior groups if we've had a successful concert, and generally speaking we have. It just goes, it is determined by how much space there is. So the Infractions is a group. They are described as a funk, hip-hop, alternative rock group, and they play music from the 70s and the 80s. They're under the direction of a man named Brian Stratton, who's really a great guy, and they always put on an exciting concert, and I like to use them for the first one to kick off for sure. Following that, on July 12th, we have a group called Edgewater Road. I'm really excited to see them. I haven't seen them personally, but they're led by a Pine Hill parent, so I was really excited to hear that. And they played for another event that the Friends of the Sherburne Library supported earlier in the year. So it was like a Thanksgiving luncheon or something along those lines. And so his band came out and performed, and they got great reviews, and it was suggested to me to bring them along. I do like to involve people who are living in the town of Sherburne if I can, and this is a great opportunity. So looking forward to hearing Edgewater Road.
Yeah, well, that was one of the questions I also had is do a lot of these bands have ties to Sherburne?
Yes, they do. And in fact, Edgewater Road is a newer Sherburne family. So I currently teach one of their children. They could have more, but there's a boy who's in the 4th grade. He's great. And then there's another group right after them on the 19th, which is called Group Therapy. And they're made up of several Sherburne residents, if not all Sherburne residents, under the direction of a man named George Moore, whose children I also taught. So they've gone through the system, and I know the families, and that's always nice. Something special about Group Therapy is that they're a group that is sponsored in part by a grant from the Sherburne Business Association. So every year the Sherburne Business Association does find it in their hearts to donate to our event, and a lot of times they say we'd really like it to go to Group Therapy because they enjoy that group in particular.
Well, I mean, and I think there might be one Dover resident in Group Therapy, but it does have ties to the community.
And then the last one is one of my favorites, the Blue Horizon Jazz Band. They're made up of people from the local area, and they're just terrific. I just really enjoy them. They have this gentleman who plays, I believe, the clarinet, and he has been playing for many, many, many years. And when I first met them a few years ago and they were getting ready to perform, I was like, wow, I don't really know what to expect, but they bring along a lot of the retired crowd of Sherburne. They're well known, and they are terrific musicians, and they are a classical jazz group. So
yeah,
a really great way to finish it up.
Yeah, so you have all different types of music coming along, and this is just open to anyone, right?
It is. It's open to anyone. So usually the bands arrive around 6, and people start coming onto the lawn during that time, and then the kickoff is at 6:30. So they play usually a couple of sets. So 30, 40 minutes, and then they take a break, and then they play again to finish it up. I like to pick groups that play sort of upbeat music because I love to see the kids get up and dance and bring a little energy to the lawn or on a hot day, and that's what I like to see. So I think we're heading for a really good season this year.
Yeah, and then what happens in case of rain? It strikes on a Wednesday night.
That's a really good question. So I keep my eye on the skies, leading right up to the concert, and we have this cool thing right now via email. It's called Nextdoor Sherborne. So a lot of residents who live in Sherborne and even surrounding towns are on this site, and this is a great tool. It's almost like a tweet. Where I would imagine that if I need to cancel a concert, I would certainly let the appropriate people know, and there would be an email blast that goes out. I actually even have an email in my inbox from Nextdoor Sherburne about the summer series. So I know that that's a tool that we might be able to use. But you can also check with the library. You can go on the library website. I do believe that something like Nextdoor Sherburne will be the most up-to-date minute by minute, so sometimes they can't post things to the website as quickly.
Okay. So I think that covers letting everyone know about the concert series. Is there anything more that you would like to add?
One thing that we're doing this year that I think is kind of special, we've wrestled with the idea of trying to get a food truck to come to our events. And what makes this hard is that we can never guarantee the number of people who will come to our event. And so the food trucks, they're hesitant to sign up because they want to be able to say, I'm going to be there and make a certain amount of money. And sometimes we get 100 people and sometimes we get 30 people. So it's just hard for them to commit. So I believe that the board is coming up with a solution. They wanted to say, all right, how can we provide maybe beverages and food for the people? So we have some volunteers from the Friends who are going to be providing pizza, and it's at this point I believe that the slices of pizza would be for sale, but further updates will be coming down the information lane to answer any questions about that. I mean, I don't know if we'd be able to give out the pizza for free, but if we could, we'll let people know.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that about covers it. Once again, the concerts will start every Wednesday, starting around 6:30, starting July 5th. So I hope to see you there. My thanks to Kelly and everyone at the Friends of the Sherburne Library. And once again, thanks to Mark and everyone at Dover Parks and Rec. And thanks to you watching this. Hopefully I'll see you at one of the concerts.